Hi, I'm Nick Jones from West One Loans. Here on episode 6 of West 101, we're here to talk about identifying cases that would benefit from bridging finance, some key information when looking at applications, types of projects, and the trends that we're seeing over the next 6 to 12 months. Today, joining me on the couch for a chat is Michael Grant, who's our head of sales for West One Loans short-term finance. Michael's been in the industry an awfully long time and seen a hell of a lot of cases over that time as well, so it'd be great to hear a lot of things from him around the short-term bridging market and the trends that he's seeing and how he helps and educates brokers identify different ways for bridging finance. So Michael, I suppose the first question is identifying cases. How can our introducers identify more short-term bridging finance cases?
Thank you for the intro, Nick. I think the key thing here is understanding what customers' needs are first and foremost. Ultimately, look, we understand that bridging may not be the first choice in anyone's form of finance. However, it does serve a purpose in terms of being used correctly, and if done so, I think it's a fantastic product. Understanding ultimately what the money's going to be used for, why they want the money, and ultimately is there a speed element involved in it, hence why bridging I think is very, very important in terms of what we offer here at West One. So that's probably the first thing that I would look at. Ultimately, what you're expecting from your brokers to do a fact find, so to get as much information as possible, and therefore with that information then feeding through the relevant products and services that they have to offer in order to make the right decisions and help the customer lead them down the right path.
Yeah, I mean the key is the time frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you've got any customer, regardless of the finance that they're looking for, they think they're looking for, if that exit of that loan was in 12 months, I think short-term bridging finance should always be a consideration.
Yeah, no, agreed. And look, if used correctly, I think it is a very, very good product, as we said already. However, there is stigma within the bridging market that we still come across today. But as I said, with the right information and the right broker in tow, I think we can obviously get to the right result for a customer.
Definitely. So when we're looking at application and they come over, what's the key information you're looking for from the introducer to sort of almost underwrite the case from a high level to understand if it's a bridging application or not?
Yeah, for me, try and make it as simple as you possibly can. I think we get lost in a lot of jargon and words that are used within the bridging sector and therefore making cases more complicated than what they need to be. Fundamentally, you've got to understand 3 elements to it. What your property is, what you're lending against, how you're being repaid, and in between there's a story about why they need the money. Yeah. We get comfortable with those 3 points. We have external parties that we obviously have within the organisation, i.e. lawyers, valuers, who will obviously deal with the nitty-gritty in terms of what we need. So the important thing is just to keep it as simple as you possibly can in terms of understanding what they're after and then delivering that message across to us as a lender in order to do our relevant due diligence and then take that forward to the application stage. It's
not too dissimilar to a mainstream mortgage finance. It's understanding the customer, understanding their needs, where they want to get to and what's ultimately their property goals. So yeah, I certainly see short-term finance being a big part of that as well. So types of projects that we're seeing at the moment where bridging finance can be used?
We're seeing a lot more regulated bridging in the market space today. I mean, bridging for your mainstay, kind of your broken chains where they're looking to acquire a new property, they found a property that they love, their dream property for example. However, selling one property in order to buy another, you're involved in a chain and therefore bridging loan is certainly required in that instance. So we see a lot of that at the moment. Other types of inquiries that are coming across our desk are a lot of land deals. So we see a lot of land deals that require refinancing or restructuring in terms of a planning play. And again, that feeds nicely into other elements of what we do within the business. So where we can offer bridges on land with and without planning, we do see a lot of that happening with us, and therefore we can take that through to potentially our development stage.
Yeah, and I suppose over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, I'm looking into the future as well. I think having a look at what people are using bridging finance for these days is certainly growing, and the purpose of short-term finance isn't just your traditional chain break or downsizing a regulatory point of view as well. But we're seeing, what else are we sort of seeing from a trend point of view? We're seeing different types of properties being invested in?
Yeah, for sure. A lot more commercial bridging now. So there seems to be a spike in hotels and other commercial buildings that are coming to the forefront at the moment. And again, that coincides with obviously the last 18 months and what's gone on with the pandemic, and now we're starting to come through the other side of that, where people are getting back to some kind of level of confidence in terms of the market. The economy, you'd like to think on the up, but ultimately we've had a couple of things that have come about recently, with the war that's happening as well. So we are seeing obviously the market now starting to kind of level off, and we've got to be able to adapt to the market and see how we can obviously manage our book in terms of what we're looking to do moving forward. So there are a lot of commercial deals in the market space at the moment as well. Also off the back of that, we talked about the pandemic just a few moments ago in terms of restructuring and refinancing of existing deals. Again, that's something that we're seeing quite a lot of in the market as well. So again, we've got to kind of look at how we can help our customers. And that comes not just from us as a lender, but again to the wider audience and the brokers and the intermediaries as well, in order to find a way where we can help support our customers throughout.
Yeah, no doubt, and certainly we're seeing a lot more introducers taking up bridging as part of their sort of offering as a financial intermediary, and I think with the choice in the market and the number of lenders that are out there as well, and the understanding and education that's out there from lenders as well, I think more people are getting engaged with what very much once a niche product now becoming very much a mainstay in a broker's tool bag as well. So listen, thanks very much for your sort of insight. Thanks for listening on West 101. I've been Nick Jones, this has been Michael Grant. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.